What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FD Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew and Chris.
Hello.
Hello.
And today, we are talking about one of my favorite movie franchises. Just personally. I mean, you know.
No big deal.
What are you going to do? Just take the...
No
I thought you were ready to take those off in protest or something.
No. No, I
what
know.
the
I
hell
agree.
are you talking about favorite?
I agree. They are amazing.
They're fun, man.
Yeah,
they're great.
They're amazingly fun movies.
They are. I like them. And, of course, we were talking about Jurassic Park. And because you should have known then and there.
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah.
Well, from the thumbnail, you should probably
know. From the thumbnail and the title, you would probably know if you're just listening.
I would hope that we got that out to you, that you would know.
If you're just listening, you've probably seen the title somewhere when you clicked on it. I'd hope that you know. Or just we expect you to read our minds.
Yeah.
But the first one came out in 1993.
Yes.
And I was way too fucking young to
5
see
years
it.
old.
5 years old, yeah.
Well, I was.
I was four going on
Yeah,
5.
you're what,
I'm
4 months younger than me or something? 5?
Yeah, so
something
you would have been 5, just turned 5.
Yeah, I
would
just
have
turned
been
5.
Getting ready to turn 5.
Yeah, you were still 4 when it came out.
I was actually 13, and I remember my uncle was going to take me to see this, and the newspaper listing was wrong. And so we went there and ended up seeing some movie with Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was...
Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, something about artificial insemination.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I remember that one. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember
They came
that.
out about the same time. I was disappointed, to say the least.
Oh, yeah, I would have been, too.
Is that
Ready to
why,
get my
they
T-Rex
ended
on.
Cheers?
Yeah.
Yeah, around the same time.
Yeah,
It was
exactly why they
about
ended
the same
Cheers.
time.
Dude, I love Cheers, though, for real.
Yeah.
I love Cheers.
I'm revisiting. I'm
Not so much on Whoopi.
season 3 right now.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I'd only seen bits and pieces.
Dude, I love Cheers. Yeah, it's great. I haven't watched all of them, but
I do like Cheers. I don't like Cheers as much as I like Jurassic Park.
I mean, it's not quite as good
No.
as Jurassic Park. You know what? When
I love Woody Harrelson, though.
I was really fascinated by... there's two things that I was scared to death of and fascinated by when I was a little bitty kid, and that was sharks, because of Jaws, and T-Rexes because of, not so much because of Jurassic Park, but because I just had this fascination with dinosaurs, and also scared to death of them.
Yeah.
And I think I'd seen something else prior to that. Anyway, I was ready to see Jurassic Park, because I love dinosaurs. And we went to the theater, but it was a bunch of us, I remember it, and a couple of my uncles were there, and my aunt cousins I think were there, and my mom, and we all went up to the theater and we had a night. I don't know. It's just one of the very few times when I was a kid that many people were. My uncle was in from Arkansas and they were visiting, and we just did something. But I remember being too young, and they said, "No, you're too young. You can't watch it. You'll be scared." And I guess they were worried about the noises and stuff because it being so loud at the time, and I was pretty young. And so my uncles, my dad, went and watched Jurassic Park. Didn't get to. We went and watched Dennis the Menace.
Man, that sucks.
With Walter Matthau.
That's almost as bad as Whoopi and Ted.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad. I like Dennis the Menace.
Almost. I hate Dennis the Menace.
I like Dennis the Menace. But it wasn't as cool as Jurassic Park.
No.
So I was
not
really
even
disappointed.
close.
And so that was an opportunity missed on the Jurassic Park thing going to theaters until a few years ago, where they come out with the 3D version in theaters and the re-release, and I got to see that. And that was cool.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, that was just awesome, because I actually got to watch one of my first favorite movies in theaters for the first time.
I remember going, but I don't remember it in the theater. I remember that I went, but I don't remember anything about it. But man, as a kid, there's nothing better than Jurassic Park. Oh, well, as a boy, I don't know about, girls. I loved Dinosaur.
Dude, I tell you what, like my most watched movies when I was a kid, when I was that age, by 93, I had watched Tim Burton's Batman and Batman Returns 100 times.
Yeah.
Just by 93.
Yeah.
And because I watched them on fucking replay. That was back in the days when you were a kid and you can watch that shit on replay. And that's what I did. I watched those over and over again, and Jurassic Park was one of those too. I just watched them all over and over again.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
And, which I was telling Andrew this earlier, the third Jurassic Park, it came out in what, 2001 or 2000?
2001.
So it wasn't exactly in the 90s, but I consider the Jurassic Park series to be the very best of what the 90s had to offer for movies, and the very worst.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about all the time, we talk about all the time how corny you think 90s movies are. And most of them are.
And most of them are. The first Jurassic Park, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it had some corny parts, but nothing, like, there was nothing corny about the camera. There was nothing corny about the animatronics. There was nothing corny about the core film. No. There was just a few corny parts. You know, like the guy on the toilet and shit like that. Yeah. You know, there was some corny stuff. And the boy on the electric fence. Like, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Other than those few things, you know.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that wouldn't happen.
That was going to be my main point of this movie, is the CGI in this movie still holds up.
Yeah, CGI really does.
It's because I'm pretty sure the CGI holds up because they knew where to draw the line at CGI and use animatronics.
Yeah. You picked the right moments.
Exactly. They didn't.
There's a couple scenes, like, looking back now.
If you compare the animatronics the CGI, if you compare the CGI from 1 and 3, you can tell when it's CGI.
Yeah.
1, you can't. Like,
Not always.
It's very hard to tell the difference.
There's a few.
Sometimes.
There's a few.
Yeah, there's a few, but very rare.
But that's one of those things. That's what we're going back to what we had mentioned in the last podcast about animatronics and puppets. Like, that shit to me, all the way back to the mid-90s, before they really started this CGI shit, or early 90s, before everything was being replaced by it, was fucking, like, the best. It made it so much better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one of those things. This movie was fucking amazing, and Spielberg did an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think Cameron actually helped on this a little bit.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Or is that Twister? Like, there was one where, like,
I've heard that Cameron helped on
and guess who was also a cinematographer here? Dean Cundy.
Yeah.
The guy has worked on, like,
every single friggin' big.
He worked on B movies and really low budget films, like probably C movies, for the first part of his career when he first got started. And then John Carpenter and Deborah Hill came in and asked him to do Halloween. Well, he followed Deborah Hill to Halloween, basically, and they worked on Halloween. And then from then on, he did Halloween 2 and went on from there. But he's worked on everything you could probably think of, like Back to the Future, Twister, Jurassic Park, anything that huge from the 80s and 90s that still hold up today, he's been a part of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a part of every.
He's an amazing cinematographer. One of my favorites.
Every movie from the 90s, like from the early 90s.
Yeah. Like, you talk about, I mean, I don't know, it wasn't even, this was just one of the coolest things for me, because it goes along with Aliens, and it goes along with T2 and some other things where you have a stellar cast.
Yeah.
And a stellar director, and everything just falls in line perfectly for this.
Yeah.
And they did such a great job. I mean, the story to me was so cool because, you know, maybe it can't happen, but at the same time, it almost seems like it could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because they brought it to life.
Yeah, they brought it to life. Like, you know, I thought, especially when you're a kid, you don't think about it, but even now, I think that the premise is pretty cool. Like, they found all the blood and you know, and the mosquito, and
well, I mean, look, Jurassic World did amazing at the box office, and there's a reason why.
Yeah,
like, it's not because it's
stupid. Yeah,
like, it did awesome because it's amazing.
Yeah. And everyone likes dinosaurs.
Yeah, the concept is amazing. Like, I'm not alone when I say that I love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Most people
like dinosaurs.
Yeah. They're friggin' awesome. They lived, and we weren't around for it. Like, you want to see more of it. Yeah. You want to see how they would have acted, whether they actually know or not.
And they keep changing things too.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
raptors were the size of turkeys with feathers now, and I don't know.
They don't know.
They don't fucking know.
They don't know.
I don't care. I like the raptors from this movie. I still
too.
think those are the raptors. Like, I want to believe. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're clever girls. They're clever.
And they're very clever girls. They're cleverer than any turkeys nowadays that you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I turkey hunt. I'll tell you.
Can your turkey open up a door? No.
No.
Do they travel in herds? Yes.
Yeah.
But do they kill? They kill their prey.
Well, I mean, I've seen them attack some worms. Like, they'll go after them worms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One distract the worm, and then the other two come from the side.
Yep.
And then Yeah, that's some pretty sick shit.
They can be quick.
Yeah,
they can be quick.
They're agile.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not scared of them, but they can be quick.
No, I'm scared of raptors.
Yeah, I'm
a little fucking terrified of raptors.
I've never,
my freeze game is strong. I ain't worried about the T-Rex.
I have. Yeah, if you ever need, that's the coolest thing about the T-Rex is that you don't have to actually run from it.
Yeah, my freeze game is strong.
That's the big plus for me because I do not do cardio. It's not gonna happen.
You run for no man.
I don't know if you noticed.
Right. That's
I didn't even blink right there.
I run for no man.
Yeah.
I would be. If I was in a horror movie, I'd be the first one dead because I run for no man.
Yeah.
I'd just close my eyes and accept it.
Yeah. You know who else runs for no man?
Who?
I think his name's Wayne Newman from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah,
plays
yeah,
in this
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
He's yeah.
What a scumbag!
What an idiot!
Dude.
What an idiot!
What a great bad guy!
You're right, I loved it.
Okay, I got one problem with Jurassic Park. I got two problems with Jurassic Park, but one problem. Newman. I don't remember his name. I'm gonna call him Newman, no matter what. Even if you told me his name and you gave me his whole backstory and everything, I'm still gonna call him Newman.
It's Dennis in the movie.
Doesn't matter. He's Newman.
Dennis Lidry.
Newman.
Lidry.
He designed
Nedry.
every security measure for this park. He would have to have intimate knowledge of every single dinosaur.
There's some bugaboos.
Why the fuck would he just
why did you...
Oh, you're a pretty dinosaur.
Yeah, why would you be like, oh, you're a pretty dinosaur?
I'm going to run you over when I come back down.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the liners in this. Dotson, we got Dotson here.
Yeah,
so no one cares.
What?
I could quote that movie fucking all day.
Awesome. I don't know. How many movies did Samuel L. do before this?
He's in quite a few.
He's in quite a few.
Like this big, though? I don't remember him being in anything
Pulp Fiction was...
No, Pulp Fiction was after.
Was it after? Later.
Yeah, it was 94.
What about Die Hard 3?
It was after.
That was like 97.
Was it 97?
Yeah.
I thought like
96,
oh, it's not okay.
96, 97,
96,
something like
that. That sounds right. Okay, never mind. So no, I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right.
He this was his first big movie, and he did a good job.
Oh man, well, he was.
He didn't say motherfucker the whole time.
I was pretty. Yeah. Well, you had that PG-13.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired of these
motherfucking snakes, motherfucking raptors. Going back to what he said earlier about just accepting his fate. It reminded me of Friday the 13th for some reason.
I would.
He'd be the guy that from 4. He's killing me. He's killing me.
I would. I wouldn't even scream though. I'd just be like, "Do it."
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
He'd scream.
He'd
ain't going out like that.
Every time. Have you ever heard?
He'd scream like a bitch.
You ever seen that meme?
Oh, he's surprised. Oh, he's stabbing me to death.
You ever see that meme?
I'm gonna die.
Where it has the guy and it says when you're about to go into your kitchen in the dark and so you walk it and it has the guy and he's like, "What's up, demons? It's your boy." That's what I do all the time. If I go into a dark room, there's been several times I've had to pee in the dark, and every time I'm like, "You ain't gonna kill me, not with my dick in my hand." I know you might be a ghost or a demon, but you ain't that big of a piece of shit. I know you won't. I know you won't kill me with my dick in my hand.
No man killing me with my dick in my hand.
And another thing, before we go back to the movie, I just want to know. How come whenever you see all these haunted house movies, with ghosts, how come they're always ghosts from the 1800s? How come there's never a ghost from 2005, 2006?
Well, look at the culture. I mean, we 2005, you died. You had a cell phone, you had internet, you had a computer. You had
they're sitting there looking at Facebook is what they're doing.
No, Facebook wasn't
lazy,
around then, but
millennial ass ghosts.
That's what I'm saying.
These fucking millennials
they were already happy enough to cross over.
Yeah, these fucking millennials are even ruining ghosts.
Yeah, they probably died texting and driving or something.
I guarantee it.
Casper
wouldn't do.
Don't do that, by the way. Don't text and drive. Anyway,
no, go ahead. Do whatever you want.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a free country.
This is America.
Stop
God damn it.
Get some help. I think. What the fuck we were talking about?
Oh, Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's right.
How awesome it is.
Yeah.
My problem with it, and it was Newman. Newman's the big problem.
The ghost T-Rex come back at the end.
Yeah, the ghost T-Rex.
The ghost.
Now that's terrifying. That's terrifying. I guarantee a ghost T-Rex would see you when you're not moving.
Oh, I guarantee.
That's even scarier.
That's even scarier. Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
What about a T-Rex possessed by the ghost of like Richard Simmons?
Oh, that'd be even worse. He'd try and fuck you to
That's
death.
so gay. That's so gay.
Or he'd jazzercise you to death.
Jess is like, hello.
Hello.
Hi, jazz hands.
Work it.
Yeah, work it.
So, anyway, the bugaboos about that movie was fucking Dennis Nedry, I think.
Newman.
Newman. The worst thing about it was, why the fuck, and I think everybody asked this question, why the fuck did they, why did this one man run this goddamn park?
Yeah.
Why did he, why wasn't there a guy brought in, or why wasn't Samuel L. Jackson told, hey, this is what you do in case this motherfucker's gone?
Yeah.
You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's a big oversight.
You're John Hammond, you hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's already clear as day, you hate this guy.
Yeah, right.
And he hates you back. Why do you have him as sole operator and Samuel L. Jackson not good enough?
I don't know.
Hold on to your butts.
Yeah, hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
That was a great line.
That's a great line.
For a low level character.
For a guy who hadn't been around much.
That's right. That's awesome line.
Before all his big crazy shit. Yeah. That's hell yeah. But other than that, man, stand out, the build to it. They didn't show a dinosaur till probably 15, 20 minutes into the movie or whatever. Yeah. And the build to it, and seeing Alan Grant's look, I thought they just played everything so well all the way up to the beginning, because the look on his face in shock.
That scene
was amazing.
That scene where they show you the very first dinosaur is one of the most iconic movie scenes of all time.
I think so too. One of my favorites.
It is one of the most iconic of all time. The music was there.
The music was amazing.
And,
it set the setting.
What's his name? The
mood.
The
Sam Neill? Alan Grant?
No. The guy that did the music.
The composer?
Yes.
Fuck.
What is his name? He's done everything that's good.
Was it Horner?
Who?
I don't know. Was it Horner or Goldsmith? They do everything.
No, it wasn't them. It was
John Williams.
John Williams.
There you go.
John
Williams. Superman theme and all
John
that. Yeah.
Williams did the score, and it was amazing.
Well, Superman theme's amazing. I love Superman theme. It was the original. Anyway, John Williams does it everything.
Yes.
Yeah, he did awesome. He's John Williams is one of my favorite composers next to God damn it, I'm drawing
that
blank.
one guy.
That one Danny
guy.
Elfman.
That one
Danny
guy
Elfman
did the music.
Yeah, the one guy, Danny Elfman. And you know it's the theme here, fucking Superman theme, Batman theme.
Yeah,
Danny Elfman's doing the new
which is cool.
Which I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, the scene was perfect. They pull up and he sees that dinosaur, and then his whole reaction was they do move in herds, and how'd you do this? And it was just such a fucking cool, touching moment, and it just couldn't believe it, and everything else after that was just fucking phenomenal. Like I said, I think the only big problem was the plot, that bullshit thing in the plot. Like I talked about, he's the only fucking one that ran this. That's retarded.
Yeah,
but you needed a bad guy, and you needed a story, and that was one of those things.
You needed a human. You need a human antagonist.
Yeah, I did like the line though that she had talked about. Ellie had talked about when they were eating in the guest room and the dining hall or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she was eating pudding or Jello or some bullshit. And she said, I was overwhelmed by the power of this place, but I took it for granted that power is out now, and and there are people out there are dying. And that's that's basically, I butchered it a little bit, but that's basically saying that we have, because he was saying when we have the power back, when we have the power here, she's like, you never had power. That's the point.
Yeah,
you didn't have what you thought you had. You're playing with shit that and Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, awesome. I love Jeff Goldblum, one of my favorites.
I love Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is,
I love Jeff. All the stutter and all that shit, I love it.
And I have a confession. I am not the biggest Jeff Goldblum fan.
God. Dude, have you ever watched his interviews on Conan and stuff? Funny as shit. Just awesome.
But
such a likable seeming guy. I don't know.
But even though I'm not his biggest fan, this role was made for him.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
It was made for him. Yeah. It had to have been.
But him and all that chaos theory talk and all the life finds a way stuff, and he was right the whole time, and that was, I don't know, like everything played like in together so well. I thought, because he's the one that this is insane. It was crazy because they bred, and this is what's funny is this is stuff that I could actually almost believe in. Because we talk about it when we talk about like climate change and other things like that. When you have these people who are so invested in the science that they think they have control of shit.
Yeah.
And then me, I'm a person who I'm not super like superstitious, but you don't fuck with things that's beyond your control. You don't fuck with nature.
Yeah.
Like there's these tools and instruments now that the government or NASA and shit have about controlling weather or disrupting weather. Who thinks that's a good fucking idea?
Yeah. Right?
And as cool as this would be to this concept would be that, hey, we can bring back some dinosaurs. Why the fuck would you do that? Yeah. You're playing God. Yeah. Or whether you believe in him or not, you're playing something.
Just because you have the power.
Just because you have the power. And he said that line too, you guys were so preoccupied with whether or not you didn't stop to think if you should.
Yeah.
And that it's so powerful, I think, about this movie. Like it's everything is right there and all that.
Like that's the best line of the movie.
It really is. It's one of the, it's one of them for sure. It's just amazing. Like everything tied in so well. So by the end, John Hammond's even like, I'm beginning to think I'm not going to endorse your park. Yeah, so have I. And he's just like he's turned on his own park.
Yeah.
It's sad because you want it to work. Like you think it's so cool, but
I'll tell you what I think. What I think is one of the coolest things about Jurassic Park is in most movies, the kids are just annoying.
They are.
They're not, like, they don't add anything to the story, but in this one, the kids were,
a little bit of both.
They were, the kids were a huge part.
Yeah.
And they weren't just annoying.
No, they were good. By the end, they were really good.
Yeah.
At first they were annoying.
Putting kids in peril is like a lazy way to write tension into a script.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. It is. Yeah,
and it was done the right way in this one.
It was. Well, I mean, how often? I guess you've seen it pretty often. How often do you really see it though? Before then, like you had Chucky movies and stuff where you had a guy, had a little bitty boy who was being chased after a doll, and I don't know, like there's not very many scenes. I don't remember very many thrillers or action movies where there's a lot of kids, and I'm probably wrong on that because I just don't remember everything that far back, but. There isn't a lot of child actors that are in these roles.
No, not important roles.
Not important roles that have everything to do with the story.
No,
and I don't know. Yeah, I think it's great. I think you're right. I think they did it really, really well.
I think the focal point of the movie, though, was the T-Rex,
which I love.
And
that's my favorite
even though the Velociraptors tried to take they tried to steal the show.
Well, they had a pretty damn cool moments.
T-Rex still.
They got their own basketball team. Still.
That's that's true.
Yeah, but man, T-Rex still held the show.
That iconic shot where the banner's falling in the dining hall.
Yeah. Well, and I think to me,
that was cool. That was a cool ending.
I loved the part where he's trying to get into the Explorer, the Ford Explorer that they were in.
Yeah.
And he's like,
dude, that whole scene,
like his eye is like right there, looking into the window and shit.
I love the tease, and back in the day, you were just ready to see it. But like now, looking back, I love that. Like I said, it's just build and build and build, kind of thing. To the same, you didn't see the dinosaurs, even the very first dinosaurs. Of course, they're the dinosaurs you didn't even want. And then most of them were no-shows through the first part of the film. Like in the daytime when they were in this tour, all of them were no-shows. Yeah. You only seen the good dinosaurs, the plant, the plant eaters. So I thought that was awesome. And then when you finally, and it was so cool that these things were smart enough to know their surroundings to test the fences.
Yeah.
Like he literally tested the fucking fence.
Yeah.
And knew, and because he put his his paw or whatever you want to fucking call it. I thought that was awesome. That whole fucking scene, man.
Yeah.
With the introduction of the T-Rex was
it Goldblum who's in the back of the truck and he's telling them drive faster?
Yeah.
And the T-Rex is that's
a fucking awesome. Must drive faster.
When we get later on in a movie, they have something kind of like that, but they totally ruin it for me. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but the the objects are closer than they appear in the mirror. And that was pretty cool. That was a cool moment. But that whole fucking scene, man, was just absolutely incredible. And me being a huge T-Rex fan, I love that it got so much love in that. Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to in that first film.
Yeah, the dinosaurs, I think in all the movies, in all these Jurassic Park movies, the dinosaurs steal the show from any
Well, that's
plot.
the point. That's really why you're watching anyway, for the most part.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons, even the later... Even 3, as much as I dislike it, for the story, the dinosaurs are still awesome. Oh yeah, like I'll still watch it to this day.
I say that, but I mean, I kind of have to think about it. It depends on it does depend on who's in it, because at this point, when you have such iconic characters as Dr. Grant and Ian Malcolm and John Hammond, it's weird going forward and not having them all in the movie again.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the next one was great because you had Goldblum, and the one after that had Sam Neill back, and that was cool. And the new one was actually, I love the new one. I did too. I think the only original one's back was B.D. Wong.
Yeah.
Was the scientist.
Yeah.
So, and we'll get in all that later, but, I just love. I think a part of me really wants to see those guys back again.
Yeah,
and
I think Goldblum needs to.
Yeah, Goldblum is back in this new one.
Oh yeah,
I think he's back in 2, coming back in the next one. But I think you do, and so you say that the dinosaurs are the most important thing. I said that earlier, and I kind of have to take that back a little bit.
I still think that.
I think they're the most important thing, but I don't know. Like, it's still important to me to see who I'm seeing.
Really.
Even though I may not give a fuck about their plot completely, like I just want to see somebody.
Well, I mean, I do care about
because there's still a screen presence. Like, they still have to.
I do care about their plot a little bit. Like in the Lost World, comparing, one the humans' stories
they
were very good.
Yeah, they were.
Like, every story that involved the human part was very good, except for Newman.
Well, his was good.
His was good. It just had its faults.
They did their job in making you fucking hate him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They did. Oh yeah.
I like the character. He's despicable.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. Well, they did the job.
I would bet he's like that in real life. I really would.
I guarantee.
I really would. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Somewhere he's still got that goddamn shaving cream.
I bet he does. I bet he does.
I think he had a backup.
But when you compare Lost World to 3, Goldblum's character, he actually had a reason to go back.
Yeah.
His girlfriend, which he loved, apparently, was on, he had to save her. He had to save his girlfriend. He had to go back.
Well, he felt like he needed to get over there and get her fucking back.
Yeah, exactly. He needed to save her. He had to save the day.
Yeah, of course, her and the Vince Vaughn character and all that just never thought of it. Like, oh yeah, we're going to go over here. It's no big deal. Not a big deal. They've already sent him over there and paid him their money.
But in 3, I thought that you can't you compare 2 and 3. There was actually a reason for Goldblum's character. There wasn't reason in 3 for Sam Neill. Other than money.
Other than the plot of
a plot device.
But it was the same. It was the same. It was the same as the first one.
Well, and that was something.
Money, and that's
he was manipulated. He wanted a tour guide. And he finally gave in because of the dig, and they wanted the money. But he didn't understand that they were going to touch down.
Well, no, but still,
just a scene earlier, he's saying he would never go there again.
Yeah,
right.
And then you throw some money in there, and I guess I'll do it. Well, that was the same exact thing that he did in the first one.
It was.
He didn't want to go. They threw some money at him, and he's like, "Oh, I'll go." That's the same thing.
But he knew what he was getting into in this one, but in the first one, he didn't, and that was one of the things. He was actually pretty excited at first, and then they all come to their senses, and it's funny how quick they turned even before anything went wrong. Oh yeah,
before anything went wrong.
Like they were at the dinner, and they're like, "Man, I don't know, this is."
They all started throwing hard questions at Hammond.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't believe this. I figured you all love this. And yeah, the kids in us love it, but you can't,
you can't control them.
You can't fuck it.
They're dinosaurs.
These are dangerous fucking animals.
They are dinosaurs.
Yeah, these are dangerous creatures that are going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
Because they will fight back. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I would, man.
It was interesting that they breeded, like they were able to breed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was weird, but I thought that was kind of cool that, that Malcolm was right about that the whole time.
Yeah.
Because life finds a way, but it can, because that's like, once again, that's another thing I could almost believe in, because you're fucking with forces.
Yeah.
Because they just were so sure of themselves that, these
well, I mean,
we breed them all as female. We control
scientifically, he's right. I mean, there's animals that will reproduce asexually. I mean, it's very, very rare, but it does happen.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about something that can happen.
Yeah.
Or I believe could happen.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's... I mean, we're not going to ever see any dinosaurs walking around.
The case in point there is just don't fuck with shit that you shouldn't be fucking with.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's really the message that they get across in Jurassic Park.
Oh, they really do.
Don't mess with stuff that you don't need to, or a T-Rex will eat your ass.
The second one was
on the toilet.
The second one was more just this. I mean, you could almost say it was kind of cashing in a little bit.
Yeah,
it was weaker,
but I do like the second one because
I do too,
and a lot of it is just because I like 80s action movies, and I've talked to you guys. I don't know if I've said this on our podcast before or not, but anytime they show the action star like locking and loading and strapping on friggin' bullet belts and shit and
Matrix
loading up all the guns and stuff. Anytime that happens, I like fanboy.
I think what
out.
was interesting about The Lost World, and I know you don't like it.
Yeah.
And you can talk about that in just a second. I just want to say real quick that I thought the coolest thing about The Lost World, it was uncharted territory. It was this secret island almost that no one fucking knew about till right after.
Site B.
Yeah. And the animals, like the dinosaurs, were running wild, living their own way in their own little world down there. They weren't a part of the park. They weren't a part of any of that. They weren't enclosed. They were just doing their thing. And these people are being fucking dropped in. Some of them are voluntarily going down there to fucking hunt them.
Yeah.
It was crazy shit, but it was interesting to see. These weren't controlled animals. They were made genetically, like engineered, but like, these were not controlled, these were free-range dinosaurs on Site B, and it was a cool thing to drop people in there.
Yeah, hipsters would have loved them.
And
free range.
Oh, yeah. I thought them going in there, like, everyone knew what the fuck they were getting into, in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they did.
And only Malcolm's like, no, this is bullshit, we gotta get them out of there. You cannot be in it, it's dangerous, they do not know what the fuck they're getting into.
Which is funny, he was kind of a rock star in the first... And now he was the voice of reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
what?
I mean, he kind of was the let's get the fuck out of here kind of thing in the first one. Yeah, you're right. And he was the same way in the second. But you're right. Yeah, he's a little bit more voice. He was he took the lead role really well.
Yeah.
But it was funny to see that difference. Like all of a sudden he was experienced, so now he was all of a sudden somehow better.
Yeah.
He's just wiser. I mean, not really much better, but I like the scenes with him. I like the movie.
I really like the Velociraptors in this one. I really like
the Velociraptors.
The scene where all the guys are walking through like the tall weeds through that field,
cool, yeah.
and the raptors were all circling around it. That
was one of the best scenes ever.
Awesome.
And they're just dropping them like flies. I loved it.
I love that scene. And
that shows you how scary fucking raptors are.
Yeah. But I love that scene, and I love. Like towards the beginning when they're all like capturing the dinosaurs, and that's like it's kind of hard to watch because they're being so mean to the dinosaurs
when they're just trying to live.
Yeah,
like you're the ones that genetically engineered these animals, and now they can't even live in peace.
Yeah,
because now you just think because you built them, you can destroy them.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
And it is hard to watch, kind of, because
I'm not even a fucking PETA
mean.
person. Like I don't.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
even.
But
give a shit.
But, it's kind of hard to watch because they're being mean to the dinosaurs. But at the same time, it's still really cool.
It's satisfying when, like, Vince Vaughn, his character, all of them break them out and stuff.
Them all out.
That was satisfying.
Yeah, it was.
That was cool.
It was.
I don't know. Like, what was your big bugaboos about him? I know you said you had some.
I thought the plot was just not as good compared to the first one, which probably isn't fair, but it's just... I'm not a Vince Vaughn fan. I think
Yeah.
I've liked one of his movies.
I like Vince Vaughn.
There's just a lot of things, little nitpicky things, like in the very beginning, this family goes to that island and that little girl gets attacked by those little dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Hammond tells everybody when they show up, "Oh, she was okay." But we see those same little dinosaurs just emulsify a guy later.
That was weird.
It was just lazy.
You let him overcome him. It was weird. I don't know. It was weird.
I don't.
He was kind of drunk, though, wasn't he?
The Russian guy?
The guy who got eaten up by the little bitty ones? Ganged up on him?
No, I don't think he was drunk. I think he was... No, he was pissing.
Well, he was pissing, but I thought he was kind of drunk, too.
That'd be a bad way for little dinosaurs to get
Yeah, it would.
Oh, my God.
forget your ghosts.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me while I got my dick in my hand?
Yeah. Them dinosaurs,
That's how you
would.
gonna
They
be?
don't care.
They don't get
Ghosts do.
Ghosts care. Yeah.
See, ghosts used to be humans.
They're considerate.
Yeah. They get they get embarrassed.
Unless they're
Yeah, they're
1800s ghosts.
embarrass the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just mad because you didn't have one this big?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
But I didn't totally hate everything. When the T-Rex gets loose in San Diego, that was really
Yeah, that was cool.
See, and I was going to ask you about that, like, because it's a little out there too, right? Like, you got to think about
Very King Kong.
Yeah, it's King Kongish.
The end.
But I kind of like what they did with like the baby T-Rex and all that. You know, I kind of like what they did with all that, and it was really just more or less trying to get his fucking baby back. He just pissed.
Yeah.
And then he set loose.
I thought that whole scene where
eating a dog,
where the RV thing went off the edge there.
That's one of the better scenes in the movie.
And they were all hanging. I thought it was too long.
I can see that, man.
It's just it's like 12, 15 minutes.
It
is. It really is. It is a very, very long scene.
I agree. It was a little bit drawn out, but it was very.
But
tense.
it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was very tense.
Yeah, it was.
Them falling on the glass finally,
Yeah.
and then it cracked. Oh my God, that was tense.
I love the guy that was up there trying to get it pulled back up with the little RAV4 or whatever it was. like man, I don't know.
He might as well have been Newman again.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need a little bit more
HP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit. Good lord.
You're gonna need a little bit more horsepower.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. The T-Rexes were going to come.
Yeah. But no, that was one of the cooler scenes in the movie. But it was just really long.
The loft in the above the trees was kind of weird. That was interesting.
Oh yeah, that was
Like
weird.
to get away, the T-Rexes weren't going to see you there.
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
Well-
what if they ran into the fucking system, like that elevator system? How the fuck did you even get that thing way up there and built that anyway?
Well, it was on a pulley system.
Okay,
That's
I don't
how.
remember. It makes sense, I guess. That's fucking high though.
You know what gets me about these movies? Nobody ever showed up with tranks.
No, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Just
In the Lost World.
Just the master
Yeah.
hunter.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
would solve
the bald guy that had like the big double barrel rifle.
Yeah.
I forgot it's been a couple of
Yeah,
years.
he
since I've
he
seen
had
it.
tranquilizers. Nobody else did.
He was a super big fucking asshole in that movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he kind of wasn't.
Well,
Like when they all got attacked and killed, he had his goal. His
Yeah.
goal was to get a buck. He called
Yeah.
it a buck.
Yeah.
But he wanted a T-Rex, a male, and that was it. That was his kill. That was what his goal was, and he was an asshole. But he had some kind of. It seemed like he had, if I can remember right, it's been a while since I've seen him, but it seemed like he had some kind of sympathy for everything that happened.
I don't remember.
I mean, he wasn't Dennis Nedry like asshole. You know what I mean? He wasn't that despicable.
No, he wasn't.
And that guy was one of the convicts in where we were talking on our last podcast in Alien
Yeah.
3, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene at the waterfall.
Probably the only one that stuck
scene at the
out
waterfall
other-
was cool.
yeah.
When everybody was behind the waterfall and the T-Rex came in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty. Of course, one little fucking snake. The guy who loved dinosaurs, knew everything about dinosaurs. The guide, the long-haired hippie guy,
Right.
Yeah.
and he's the one. Snake, snake, and then he fucking gets eaten. That's weird.
As he should have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he probably
he should
should have.
have.
He really should have for wearing that hat
Yeah.
and having that long hair in there.
But no,
I love how he got picked up by his arm and then the water just turned to blood.
Yeah.
Right?
It was not, well, like you said, it was not as good as the first one. You can't really, I mean, that'd be hard to follow, you know.
Yeah.
But it was much better than the third one. You know, that's
I think for the most part, yeah.
in my
And I hate
opinion.
that because I love Dr. Alan Grant. I love the fact that him and
did
Ellie
too.
come back for 3.
I hated that they weren't together.
I did too. I did too.
It kind of
It was weird.
Well, it was like, well, at the end of the first one, they were together, and happy ending.
Yeah.
Well, nope.
That's kind of how I feel. Like there's a lot of movies like that, and that's we were talking about Castaway before we come on, and that was another one. That's the reason why I hated the ending. I like the movie. The movie's great.
You didn't like that they split them up?
No, the ending. Like, I mean, I understand. Like all those years, it's hard to wait. So she thought you was dead. So I mean, I can forgive that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it was just. But at the same time, I was like, man, I know that this is realistic. Yeah. But I hate that being a movie that I hate they're not together.
I liked it because that happens.
It does. No, that's what I'm saying. It's realistic.
It leaves you broken. And
it does.
Did he go back for that girl that he sent the package to at the end, or I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I like it more as an adult now. But back when I first watched it, I'm like, man, they weren't together.
We'll talk about that movie some other time.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, I hated that they weren't together.
Yeah.
And I hated. I kind of hated the satellite phone.
Oh my god!
I thought it was okay, but I kind of hated that and the sound and everything. Of course, it did have a couple good moments where you knew it was the big Spinosaurus was close because of it, because it gobbled one up.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about it.
That was a definite plot device, but it was used a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, the thing and that's like I was saying earlier, the dinosaurs really take the front row for me, and I love the Spinosaurus. One of my favorite dinosaurs. And so I was super hyped for this. Mm-hmm. And then when I watched it, the CGI is terrible.
He looks like an alligator with a fin on his mouth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of do. They kind of do. But
he was super badass.
The animatronics didn't mix with the CG very well.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell where they begin and where they end. And you should not be able to tell.
Right. It just didn't have that same feel as the...
You could tell that Spielberg did not do this movie.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, from the get-go, you can tell that he had nothing to do with it.
I thought it was just such a weak plot. Like, we talked about it earlier, like, just him just getting the money and going. And
it's super weak. And I hated the parents.
Like, gosh. I watched this for the first time last night. I was telling you earlier, with my son. He's 12, and we're watching the very beginning when they first get to Isla. What is it? Not Neblar. That's the first island. But...
No, Isla Sorna.
Yeah, Isla Sorna. Yeah.
Is Sorna the first one, or that's the second one?
It's the second one.
Neblar is the first one.
Neblar is the first one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But the mother has a bullhorn screaming into the woods for her son. And
I know.
My 12-year-old's like, "Oh my gosh, kill her now!"
Yeah.
And and he's right.
Yeah,
he was right.
And I waited for the whole movie for her to die, and I felt so cheated.
Yeah, Alan Grant's like, "Oh man, you don't."
Oh no, baby, what is you?
Oh yeah. Oh no, baby, what is you doing?
But I hated it. The boy was pretty good. The boy was pretty good. I thought it was really cool that he survived that whole time.
Yeah. A lot of people survived.
The bad,
in that movie, you know?
Yeah, there was a lot of survivors, which there shouldn't be. Everyone should die,
except for Alan Grant.
Yeah, everyone except Alan Grant.
Mm-hmm.
But
William H. Macy should have died for sure, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big William H. Macy. I don't hate him. I just don't like him, and I like half the things he does.
Yeah, about half. He's half good.
I liked him. I liked him in Wild Hogs.
Fargo.
I was about to say Fargo was awesome.
He's in some cool stuff. That one show is pretty decent that he's in now with Showtime or whatever it is, or Stars. It's like
oh yeah, I've seen episode 2. It's all right.
Emmy Rossum's on it.
Yeah,
he's a drunk father. He's all right. Shameless, yeah.
Shameless.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I've watched Shameless. I hate it. I hate Shameless.
I don't think it's bad.
My wife makes me watch it.
I don't
I
think he's my favorite character. I just think he's good in it. But other than that, I'm just not a big William H. Macy man. I'm even less of a fan of his wife in this movie.
Yeah, I am too.
I don't know any movie I like her in.
Really?
Yeah, like even though I tried to watch Spanglish. Have you ever watched that shit?
No.
God dang.
Why would I?
Don't. And I don't know. It was just a lonely night, and I was sitting by a fireplace. I'm like, I want to watch an Adam Sandler movie, but except heartbelt.
Except heartbelt.
I don't want to laugh tonight. Yeah. I want to feel. Really
I don't want to feel good. I don't want to feel good about myself.
I really want to watch a shit movie. No, but she's the cheating wife in that one to Adam Sandler, who is like semi-serious. It was weird. It was stupid. And I've hated her since. I think I've hated her like Before.
Yeah.
I'm. It's almost safe to say that I hated her.
Was she in the Dick and Jane remake with Jim
Yes.
Carrey? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't hate her before you watched Jurassic Park 3, you will hate her.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. She is.
It makes me hate the whole family, even the boy.
Yeah, they just grind your gears.
Yeah, they grind my gears.
Yeah, they just. I mean, from first to second, just.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I hate them. Anyway, I thought they were the worst part.
Yeah.
The family. No. I'll say the CG was the worst part for me. You can really notice it at the beginning when they're parasailing.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like they never even looked at a fucking computer screen while they made it.
Yeah.
It's like they were, the guy was just eating a donut watching TV and he's looking over here and he's like, yeah, that'll work. Just, yeah, cut. We're good.
He's Dennis Nedry.
He's like, we're good.
His desk is a mess and
we're good. Like,
I'll finish debugging the phones when I get back, okay?
They didn't even pay attention.
I kept waiting for the pterodactyls to come take them off there.
Yeah.
I just knew that was going to happen.
Okay, so the pterodactyls.
That would have been better.
When they were trapped in the bird cages. That was fucking awesome.
That was awesome.
I love that they didn't know they were entering a bird cage until it was
because it's so misty.
That was awesome. Boggy. And, I love it because playing Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Because there's a part in Dino Crisis where you got to do that, which I don't know if it was a ripoff of Dino Crisis, or if Dino Crisis was a ripoff of Jurassic Park. Not really sure.
Dino Crisis would have been out before.
3.
Dino Crisis was 98 or 9, wasn't it?
I don't know.
And then
Jurassic Park 3 was like 2001, I think.
It'd been before, I think.
I want to say they started script writing. I read this yesterday, like 98, 99, so there's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
There we go.
Maybe. Oh. Maybe somebody. God bless you.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You need to stop it, baby. Get some help.
yeah, get some help.
Anyway, the CG was the worst part. The family was the second worst part. The third worst part was Alan Grant's dumb, boneheaded ass decision to go back.
But you wouldn't have a movie.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have had a movie, but
him and Billy needed funding.
If they would have said, we need you to save our son. You're the only one who can do it.
I thought Billy was about the dumbest fucking character I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, wow.
I agree.
This whole goddamn time you stole raptor eggs, you are a dumb son of a bitch. He
just shows up at the end.
Yeah, he's not dead.
He gets dumped in the river.
They never explain how he survived.
No.
He just shows. He's already in the helicopter.
Lazy writing.
When they show up, he's already in the helicopter.
Just a good last good moment thing, I guess, because stupid.
And then as they're flying off,
I think he deserved it because he stole the raptor.
As they're flying off in the helicopter, the pterodactyls are flying next to them, and they're all looking at them like, "Oh, look how pretty they are!
They're majestic.
They just tried to kill you."
Yeah, at least some group did. One group of them did. That one crazy one was fucking mean as shit.
Like, if you come at me and try to kill me, I'm not gonna look at you and go, "Oh."
I thought the scene with the flare gun or whatever in the boat, and I thought all that shit was pretty cool.
That was
cool.
really cool.
I thought that was cool.
Really cool.
And
every scene with the Spinosaurus, I loved.
I didn't like that he killed the T-Rex.
I know, that's why I was getting ready to say that.
But I mean, they threw a little bit of realism in there though.
Maybe
because the Spinosaurus was like way more savage than the T-Rex.
Maybe, but I don't know. Like, I hate how he just like wrapped his fucking his mouth around his head and then just like broke his neck like it was a assassin, and it was just weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, he just broke his neck. Like, he knew to break his neck. I don't know. It was.
Well, I mean, the Spinosaurus was apex. Like, he was the apex predator of.
But that was also a different whole era.
Yeah, they were a completely different era.
He was Jurassic.
Yeah. Yeah, the Spinosaurus was actually Jurassic.
And would he have continued after the people? I mean, if it was real, or would he have fed on the T-Rex?
Oh, yeah, he would have just stayed there and ate.
That's what I was thinking.
He wouldn't have chased after him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you have to have the bad guy, he's got to be the baddie.
Yeah. Well, and they do.
Once you find somebody,
you always
have to hunt that thing until
you always have to have. Excuse me. In these monster movies, you always have to have a human antagonist. And in this one,
you had like 17.
In this one, the antagonist was the family.
I thought so.
They were antagonizing me.
But they never punished the antagonist in this one.
No.
They let him off scot-free. Like, they're...
Well, and I mean, they're not really antagonists, so to speak. They lied.
But they were.
They
got everybody killed.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They lied because of their lie.
Yeah.
If they would have just been like, hey, listen, this is what we're doing. And he could have just said, he probably would have just said, get a rescue operation. Get people who want to go over there.
Yeah. Get the United States government like they did anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Call what do they call the Navy or the National Guard or what?
I think it was the Navy. It was the Navy.
Some kind of bullshit.
No, it was the Navy.
Weird.
Like, why would you not call the fucking Navy?
The very first thing.
Call your senator.
Yeah.
My son's stuck on an island with a goddamn dinosaur.
Yeah. Can we go get him?
He's an American citizen. You have to save him.
Yeah.
I pay taxes.
You could have offered the senator money. He would have taken it.
Yeah.
It's a senator.
Yeah, exactly.
All that money you offered Alan Grant, might as well.
Yeah.
All the money you didn't have.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Actually, they didn't really have the money, I don't think. But
no, they were broke. So they were dead broke.
Okay, so they were pretty well antagonists.
Yeah,
like the mercs they hired, they were totally inept.
Oh
yeah, they had no idea. That'd be like if they hired me. If they were like just seen somebody walking down the street and they're like, "Hey,
that guy owns guns."
That fucking little short guy, the pilot. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. And
hey guys, wait! He killed him on the runway.
And there's a scene. There's a scene where they find the camera. Battery's dead, and that guy takes a fucking D-cell battery to shove in a goddamn recorder. That I don't know any. Which, if you're younger than us, then you've probably never actually held a handheld camera.
Yeah.
But they don't actually take D-cell batteries. They have their own battery. You have to charge them at the wall.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with
You
that?
don't put a D-cell battery...
This isn't a flashlight.
Oh my god. He took it out of his flashlight.
Yeah, this is not a flashlight. It worked in the flashlight. Nothing else.
Like Andrew said, lazy writing.
Lazy.
Lazy.
Which was sad because it was like...
It could have been amazing.
It was 5 years after the second one. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And that right there is the kind of shit that took it another fucking 15 years to get another one out.
Yep. Yeah, they could have had, if they would have took the time to make a good...
Which, mind you, I loved.
Yeah.
I think there's some problems, but I loved it, mostly.
I agree. I think the Jurassic World, I almost call it the Lost World, Jurassic World is the jolt that they needed.
I think so.
And I think they're going...
A lot of cool blockbuster action.
Yeah.
A lot of cool actors.
Good... Excuse me again. Good actors. Mm-hmm. Good short little story, like plot points that I actually gave a shit about. Like, I want to know more about this chick. I want to know more. I don't remember her name. But I want to know more about her. I want to know
Opie Taylor's daughter.
Yeah. I want to know more about
Howard.
Bryce
Dallas Howard. That's his daughter?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Holy shit.
She came from his loins, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She's about twice his size, I think. You ever seen them standing next to each other? Yeah, she's like two heads taller than him.
And he's taller
She may have been wearing
Ronnie's
heels.
taller than Clint, too.
Really?
I think.
Well, I'll tell you
Clint's
what.
a little bitty guy.
She was wearing heels earlier when I said in the first Jurassic Park I had a problem. She was wearing heels in the scene where she unleashes the T-Rex.
Yes.
And runs for her life in heels and escapes.
See, I like that. I like that. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure I was sitting next to your wife. And she's like, that would take... Like
some serious
take some serious shit.
Yeah.
Because that's I like that because she had
Have you ever tried to run in heels? That's fucking hard.
I'm sure.
My stilettos, dude.
I've seen you do it.
Yeah, my stilettos, dude, it's hard to run in.
Only when I'm watching a Tim Curry movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I usually just wear them when I watch Tim Curry. No. Yeah, that was a cool fucking scene.
Yeah,
dude,
I thought that was neat.
That whole goddamn scene when she's like, "What's just teeth? We need more teeth," or some shit like that. And I knew, like, I I was like jumping around like a little wee fucking kid. I was in my seat like, she's going back to. I was
we both knew. We both knew.
Everyone knew. Everyone knew what she was doing. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Everyone knew. And I was like pointing out to everybody.
There were so
like
many
they didn't know.
callbacks in this movie.
I felt the need that I was going to have to point it out to everybody. She's getting a fucking T-Rex. Oh shit! And I was ready. That's awesome. And then the fucking T-Rex, along with the others, like raped the fuck out of it. I mean, didn't really rape it, but it was they got it.
Yeah.
And then the fucking thing in the water.
I don't remember what that's called.
Looked like a huge fucking alligator fish. Like
I don't remember what they're called, but I love it.
I loved it too.
I love it.
I love it.
Love it. It was awesome. It was everything I've ever wanted out of a dinosaur movie.
So in this one, they actually go back to the original island and get the park open.
Yeah.
For reals.
Yeah.
And it actually is working, and it's working all this time. And then, of course, what's weird though, okay, so my problem, I also like it, but it's also kind of a problem for me because B.D. Wong, spoiler alert, turns out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Who wrote this shit?
Yeah.
Like, it's B.D. Wong. Come on. Like, he was nothing but a scientist in the first one.
He's
now
been an employee here for 22 years.
Yeah, like, this guy literally has his own agenda, but, like, come on. Like, he's a bad guy? So, I don't know. Like just... I think him creating a dinosaur himself, getting too involved, is one thing, but him being that bad is something else.
Yeah.
But whatever, he's a scientist. He's bought by money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those things.
I don't like that Indominus Rex has biceps.
Yeah.
Maybe it's envy.
Maybe.
Maybe. Probably.
I just thought it looked weird.
Yeah, he made me
I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted. I love the Anonymous Rex, but at the same time, I thought it was a little bit too outlandish.
I enjoyed it.
It's not near as bad as 2 and 3. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't as bad as 3. So it was still cool. It was, and it's believable. You needed something crazy, right, to make this park go wrong.
Yep.
To show the world again that, hey, we shouldn't probably have this park.
Yeah. Well, they were showing that,
and it was a dangerous, cool, scary fucking
it always
thing.
Finds a way.
Always finds a way. Yeah, exactly. And it was a scary fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
It had traits of every dinosaur. And what was crazy, though, was when they found out, and he had that 4570, by the way, which was sexy as fuck. That all stainless lever action sport. Oh my god. I want one of those so bad.
Yeah, I do too.
They found out in that scene that he was killing for sport.
Yeah.
Not because he was hungry. He was just fucking killing all the animals.
Yeah. That
was so brutal. Like, that was so crazy. But I liked it in a sense. I don't know, like, there was parts of me that really liked it and parts of me did. The camouflage thing was interesting. The heat thing, that was really cool how it got out.
Yeah.
Smart. That was neat.
Yeah.
Was it over the top? Yes. But I loved it.
To me, though, I think...
it was just fun. It was a fun movie. It's like the first one, man. It was fun.
You don't go to a summer blockbuster film looking for something deep.
No, not really.
But then it had its moment. Like,
yeah, it had its moment.
Now, I thought I hated what happened to the little help, like the secretary or whatever. Her Bryce Dallas Howard's secretary. She was told to watch the kids.
Yeah.
I hated what happened to her, the pterodactyls. But that was such a cool scene. You know what I mean? Like, everybody coming in and getting attacked by the pterodactyls was fucking cool.
I wasn't expecting her to die.
How they got out was awesome.
Yeah.
I actually laughed at that part.
Did you?
It's so terrible.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. No, I wasn't either. But it was funny, and at the same time, I was like, oh man, like of course they get the secretary of all the fucking people.
Yeah.
You know, but you always got to have those expendable people that you feel bad for, I guess.
I thought it was super awesome with the Velociraptors. I thought they had some of the coolest parts of the whole movie.
Ridiculous and coolest.
Yeah.
Them being kind of trained or whatever, but at the same time,
I thought it was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
I thought it was.
It was pretty cool.
The motorcycle scene, love it or hate it?
Okay.
Little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. Little bit of both.
Man, it's hard to say because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
the
so
look on
ridiculous.
what's his face.
Oh, yeah. Chris.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Oh, he's only got one look for everything. Have you ever seen that video on Conan?
Yeah.
This is my I can't remember what it was. It was something like sad or angry or something like that. And he just
yeah, they're all the same.
This is my happy face, and he does this. It's the exact same thing. It was just the exact same thing.
At least he can laugh at himself.
Dude, I love Chris Pratt. He's fucking awesome.
I do too. I think they're overusing him.
Yeah. I think they're going to overuse him.
But he is.
Like everybody else.
But he's
Tom
still
Hardy.
good. And he's also funny enough that, like, he's so likable you can't not like him. I don't know how to explain it.
Dude, I thought Jurassic World was solid. all around
Yeah, I did
fun summer solid movie. And we went. Actually, I watched it. It was the second time I'd watched it with you guys, but we went and watched Terminator Genesis that same night too.
Yeah,
we finished the movie and we went to the drive-in.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But I'm sorry, I liked it though.
Repressing that.
Yeah. I still kind of liked it. But yeah, Jurassic World, man, I can't wait for the second one.
I can't
after all this, and they're even saying that it could go more scarier, like darker.
Yeah, I've read the same thing. They're actually talking about going darker,
maybe darker than the last one,
like a scary Jurassic.
Maybe not reopen the park.
I mean, you would think
we have a second. Are we gonna have like a second Lost World, where everyone's just somebody's there for a reason? They're dumped in. They're trying to figure out.
Never know.
Well, and that's another thing. Like, what's BD Wong gonna do? Like, how many more dinosaurs have they created?
Yeah,
it makes you wonder.
Where else could they release them?
Where exactly. Now, I don't want to go too crazy. Like, let's hopefully they're not like we're just going to release them in the fucking states as terrorist attacks. That's a little bit silly.
Well, I mean, I just think it's silly.
If
you really think about it, if
the National Guard could come in and fucking murder the dinosaurs,
for real. Release them in North Korea.
National Guard, I say that. Like the Marines, military could just fucking come in. And
if the government released them in the Middle East,
sure.
The dinosaurs would tear the fuck out of the Middle East, dude.
Yeah. It's already tore the fuck up.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
South America.
Oh man, in the jungles and shit. Oh yeah,
dude.
Yeah, ugh, that'd be
bad. all them people down there, the villages and the tribes and shit. God,
all I got's like sticks and rocks and shit.
Yeah,
they still got better internet than I do though. I guarantee it.
Well, you're in.
No, yeah, you ought to
shit.
Try to play fucking Call of Duty or Battlefield against one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they got 10 times better internet than I do.
That's the only thing.
You could be in a mud hut in Africa and you got 100 meg.
I need to get some help.
I shit you not.
Yeah,
they
stop
do.
It. Get some help.
They do. They'll have better internet in a mud hut than anybody here does.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what some places have. I don't know.
But
anyway,
whatever.
Cool fucking series though. Like one of my favorites. I love it. It's crazy as they are. Some of them are
really, really big highs, really, really low lows.
Favorite kill. Favorite dino kill.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Favorite dinosaur kill on a human?
Yeah.
I still like the guy in the first movie on the
Crapper, yeah. T-Rex taking him.
Very, very good one.
I really like that one. I also really like Dennis Nedry's. The Dilophosaurus.
Really?
The Dilophosaurus.
Really?
Yeah, it was just one it was gratifying to see that piece of shit go. But I like that dinosaur. Like, I really liked that. And it was goofy. And that's why I kind of liked it, too.
Yeah.
But so was the toilet thing. That was goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So, I don't know. I thought the... actually, another one, too, that I fucking hated, because I liked the character, but it was the fucking dude. What's his name, damn it? The guy in the first one. The Raptors got him.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Cavagero.
That was my favorite one, and you never actually see it.
What?
They never show you. That you never see the Raptors actually.
You just imagine what happened.
You see the Raptor.
Oh, well, I mean, the Raptor comes on top of him, and his mouth is already on his head. Like you could see him come down, and then like start, and that's it.
Yeah, they never show anything.
Well, on any of them.
And then all of a sudden, like his arm.
Yeah, right.
Is on him.
Was that his arm?
Yeah, that was his arm.
No, that was Mr. Arnold's. That's Samuel L. Jackson's character that came out and landed on her shoulder. She's like, "Oh, Mr. Arnold," and then
was it really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, you didn't. You never seen a body part of his again.
Oh, well, either way,
because it cut to that one after they attacked him. That the one attacked him, they fed on him, and then the third one that was distracting him, that he was pointing the gun at. There's a snake crawling on the branch, and it was just watching it, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, but that was a good fucking death.
Yeah.
Out of the other ones, I don't know, man.
That was just because the Raptors.
All the Raptors killing everybody in Lost World was awesome.
Yeah,
in a field.
That was pretty awesome.
I kind of liked some of the stuff in San Diego. And then 3, I didn't really have a favorite in 3. There wasn't very many kills.
No, there wasn't.
Not enough.
There wasn't.
Not enough kills.
There was a lot of dinosaur on dinosaur, but never.
Kind of stuff. But Jurassic World had some really cool shit.
Yeah.
And I still think, like, going back to the first movie, the deal falling, the banner falling, and then the T-Rex gets back up on that post and then roars.
Yeah.
at the very end after they kill the Omnibus Rex or whatever. That's fucking awesome. That was a cool scene to end. You know, he's the king again.
Yeah.
I love that. Because I'm a big T-Rex fan, and that's awesome for me.
Yeah.
That was probably those are some of my coolest moments. As far as the kills go, I'd have to say it'd have to be that dude getting attacked by the raptors.
Yeah, that'd be mine. What about you?
I don't know. I'd have to have a lot of time to think about it.
But you like, as far as the deaths go, you like the toilet scene the best?
Yeah,
probably because it's so crazy hokey.
Yeah.
I mean, and I like the hokey. And Dennis Nedry's was pretty cool too. I like that's why it's hokey. I like that. But the first one's definitely my favorite. Jurassic World's my second favorite. Now,
really? That's what I was gonna say.
Because I love the Lost World.
Yeah,
but it has to go to third now.
See, I never have really loved the Lost World, but I liked it.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
I loved the first one. I liked the
one.
second one. Disliked the third.
See, I would put the third. It's just a more enjoyable watch for me over two.
Really,
I dislike Vince Vaughn that much.
Yeah, well, that's a strong hate for Vince Vaughn to put up with that. That's for damn sure.
But now with Jurassic World, I'd put Jurassic World second.
Yeah, well, it's just because it's all around a better film and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot funner. Like it's something that you wanted to see out of.
There's a lot of nods to the original.
first.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah,
right. There's a
Yeah.
lot of it. Was just fun. Well,
like
so many
like
years.
the one computer guy wearing the Jurassic Park shirt.
Yeah,
And she was like, "Hey, have some respect."
People
People
died.
died.
I will say that I also like them getting the old Jeep running or whatever, or the old Explorer or whatever. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I thought that.
Or no, I think they were in a Jeep.
Was it the Jeep?
I
The
think-
old Jeep.
yeah, they were in
it
a
was the old
Jeep.
Jeep. I like that more too. I like any nods.
The tour vehicles that were on the rails.
That's right.
They were Explorers.
That's right. I like that.
They probably couldn't get
the
a sponsorship.
little
for
rolly
Ford.
ball thing, tour ball thing was kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought that was a little janky.
It was interesting, but it's kind of cool that it attacked them.
It was neat, but
There was no communication in that thing.
No,
They had a cell
weird.
phone.
Weird.
That was,
Bryce Dallas Howard was. I actually liked her in that movie. I thought she was the annoying aunt that like didn't know how to like act around these kids and didn't have any fucking feeling. But by the end of it, you knew she cared and she had this feeling. It's like it just grew, and that's that.
or she just didn't want to hear about it.
Maybe. But the character development, but I like the character development that way in movies where you have something like that happen. Even though it takes a catastrophe, the evolution of a character in a movie is great.
Yeah.
And that's something that Chris Pratt's always going to be Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
In this movie, that's just his role. But in this one, it was a really cool redemption for her, and that's what I like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would, and he was supposed to be the lead on this.
Yeah, he was.
But I would say she was.
She just as much. Well, her going and getting the fucking T-Rex was just amazing.
Yeah. She had actual, she had more character transformation than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cared more about her than I did him. Even though he was supposed to be the lead.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was pretty equal for me.
But I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
I think I've said everything I want to say.
Yeah. Well, it's a really cool series, but there's really not so much. I mean, I don't know. There's not much I can add.
Yeah. What can you say that people don't already know?
Unless you just want to ramble on about it.
I know a lot of people that haven't watched all three of the first, the older ones.
Yeah,
Well,
I had
it
it
was just
yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't watch the third one.
I know a lot of people that didn't watch the third one.
Well, the second one was so bad for you that you just couldn't get into.
Well, there was a lot of people that didn't like the second one.
Well, and I think it might have been timing too. Like, I mean, even though there's older folks that like it, I think when you were growing up as like maybe our age.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When it first come out, it sits better with you. It sits different. And really,
everyone that I know that's our age loves Jurassic Park.
Right. And everyone knows it. I just think that we all have those movies, and I'm sure you have two or three of them. Like for people that was the generation or two ahead of it, like my sister or my sister-in-law, my wife's sister. These people like they like stuff like Goonies. Like they grew up with the Goonies, and that's their movie. That sometimes people, which I don't know very many people who don't like Goonies. Let's be honest, but I think that your love for Goonies will be different depending on when you're born. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Same with Gremlins. I'm not a big Gremlins fan.
Oh, I am.
But
I love Gremlins.
see, I think they're cool. I watched them a lot when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
I'm just not looking back at a huge Gremlins fan like some people are, and I think it has to do with just depends on what you watch when you're a kid and where what year you grew up in.
Yeah. See, I was more the age you guys are talking about in the 80s, and so I'm just now discovering a lot of 70s movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you a big E.T. fan?
Yeah, that's actually the first movie I ever saw in the theater.
Right. See,
I was so young I barely remember it.
Yeah, but you love E.T. Not so much. See, there's a lot of people who love E.T. as a classic, right? I'm not a big fan of E.T.
I'm not either.
I'm just not. I don't like it.
I'm not either.
I don't think it's like
and
Rose for Life.
It came out in summer of '82. I think we need to do a podcast on all those movies too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
many more
on
movies.
just the year.
There's so many more movies that came out that summer that were better.
Yeah.
That got overlooked.
I mean, I love the 80s. I love going back. 70s cool. I love the fucking 80s. Music, movies, all of it. I love it all. But yeah, there's some things like that people just love more than I do that I can't get behind as much. But when you look at some stuff from the early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, I just love more. Like, you got Jurassic Park and you've got Twister, Terminator 1, like not Terminator, but Terminator 2 is mine, what else? Batman Returns, Batman Forever. Even though Batman Forever's not that good, it's still better than Batman and Robin.
That's not saying much.
Oh, dude. I mean, I know just about anything can make Batman and Robin look good.
Yeah.
But I think it just really comes down to where you were born. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So
I'd say you're right.
Yeah.
To a point.
To a point. I think to a point, yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain things.
Because it will affect the way you look at stuff.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you were how old? You were a lot older when Jurassic Park came out. And I mean, were you a big
13.
dinosaur fan or just not?
No, by that time I was more concerned about girls.
Right. So, I mean.
Actually, no, I'm not going to share this story. Yeah.
But anyway, your thoughts behind Jurassic Park's way different than like ours would be.
Yeah, I was like, by the time it came out on VHS and I finally saw it,
You loved it. It was good.
Like 14.
Yeah, it was good, but it was just not what like for us, it was just much different impact. I think that's just how it goes. But anyway, it's probably about time for us to wrap this up. So it's been really cool talking about this. We've got the second one coming out next summer, Jurassic World 2, and we'll probably talk about that. We need to go.
At least we'll wait till there's credible.
Well, we'll talk about some information probably coming going forward. Yeah, and then we'll probably retouch on some of these and then do one.
Yeah.
We also need to do a Thor review as well.
Oh yeah.
We need to watch that and then do that Thor review. I think. So I still haven't watched it yet, and it's been getting all kinds of cool reviews. So.
Yeah. Which it will. It's made by Marvel.
Yeah.
They'll hop all over that dick.
So, in the immortal words of Ian Malcolm, just because you can watch or can listen to another podcast, should you?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean you should. So just keep it tuned in here every week.
Please do.
But please watch us. Please listen to us. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.